Okay, we're ready. Good afternoon. My name is Tim Regan. I'm the Executive Director of FoodWorks at the Maryland Food Bank. This is the 28th FoodWorks graduation ceremony since I joined the Maryland Food Bank back in 2015. And as I often say, the best days of the Maryland Food Bank are FoodWorks graduation days. And so this is one of the best days at the Maryland Food Bank. This is actually the third graduation we've held here at the UA House program. We've really kind of launched a new era. On Monday, we're starting our fourth class in this past year here at the UA House. This class is distinguished a little bit in that you're really the first class that we've had to postpone graduation thanks to COVID, which we all say, and my wife and I say all the time, is like, we talk about COVID, then we don't talk about COVID. Then we talk about COVID again, then we don't talk about COVID. So I'm going to try not to talk about COVID anymore this afternoon. We're going to mostly talk about this wonderful class. So our UA House program we started last April. It's a little different that we try to specialize on opportunity youth between the ages of 18 to 24, but we also have folks who are above that age category. This day is truly special for our graduates. It's a celebration of all the hard work that went into their training here at FoodWorks. The class started with us in October, and we're scheduled to graduate on December 23rd, a little slight postponement. And the students have worked through our hybrid, online, on-site learning model from start to finish. In the last 12 weeks, the graduates have learned a variety of culinary techniques, gained valuable information on knife skills, food costs, nutrition, menu planning, and have been certified as food safety experts, all while working 3 days a week here in our UA House kitchen and 2 days a week Zooming in online from home or from elsewhere, their online portion. So the class also learned how to do online training, remote training, and they work closely with their instructors to learn new tools like Zoom and Teams, and also a product called Ruby.com. They've worked hard on improving their digital literacy, on their job readiness, and a variety of life skills. So we like to say that our graduates, they learn both knife skills and life skills in the FoodWorks program. So UA Class 3, you've earned the right to wear those chef whites proudly, and you're prepared to lead long, successful careers in the food industry. As each of you prepare to begin your own careers in various kitchens across the state, I have no doubt that you're going to make your FoodWorks mentors very, very proud. I also encourage you to figure out ways to help those with less than you, and to establish yourself as a leader, not only within your community, but in the movement to end hunger. So I want to say thank you and congratulations. We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the hard work of some amazing partners whom I'd like to talk about for a moment. The American Heart Association came to us over 2 years ago to talk about developing a workforce development program here at the UA House. They have successfully run their Simply Cooking with a Heart program from this kitchen, and they were looking for new ways to utilize the kitchen and address a growing workforce development need in the city. So I'd like to acknowledge the efforts of the American Heart Association team and say thank you to Vice President Rhonda Ford Chapman, Senior Director of Community Impact Kimberly Mays, and Community Kitchen Teaching Manager and Chef Stephanie Rose for all their hard work to make this partnership a success. There are other members of the AH team involved at their national office who supported this work. It took us quite a while to go from starting the design through actually getting into the space. We did it all through that disease that we won't talk about. But since April, we've now run 3 classes here, and we're scheduled to kind of keep going and expand what we're doing here in the UA House. I'd also like to acknowledge the folks that live in classrooms who we lovingly refer to as our landlord. They've provided this great space to the American Heart Association and welcomed us with open arms, with masks on and from an appropriate social distance. So please join me in thanking our important partners. Normally, at this point in the program, I introduce Carmen del Grecio, President and CEO of the Maryland Food Bank. Unfortunately, Carmen could not be with us today because he's at home in quarantine due to a recent exposure to COVID from a family member. So I'm going to kind of give you Carmen's apologies for not being able to be here to celebrate with you all. You know, we met with our graduates during the last week of class right before the holiday. And first of all, we had a great meal prepared by the graduates. And they shared with us what Kateri calls roses and thorns about our program. What are the great things? What are the not so great things? What are the things we should keep doing? What are the things we should maybe stop doing? And also kind of their hopes and dreams for the future. And if you were here today, I know Carmen would certainly acknowledge your hard work and congratulate you on graduating from this program. But he would also encourage you to keep connected to each other and to us at FoodWorks. He would ask you to put as much focus and effort on growing into your new career as you did on completing and graduating this program. So on behalf of Carmen and the Maryland Food Bank, I want to say congratulations on your achievement today and best of luck in the next chapter in your career. So before we move to the next part of the program, I want to take a moment to introduce our FoodWorks team. With us today, Danny Yurchinkonis is our FoodWorks case manager. She's worked with the students to overcome any specific barriers or challenges while in the training program. She's done a lot of things that I probably cannot enumerate today, and I'm sure our students would all get up here and tell you one or two things that she's helped them with over the last 12 weeks. I want to encourage the graduates to stay connected to Danny as you start your careers. In fact, Danny and I in our meeting this morning talked about a recent graduate who just reached out to her for some help, and she kind of shared with me how great that was, that folks who are post-graduation still call and say, hey, I could use some help with this or that. So I encourage you to kind of continue to reach out to Danny post-graduation. Adrian Young is our workforce development manager. So she helps students kind of get into the program at the beginning, but also with job readiness skills, and most importantly with finding that first job. So I know our graduates will stay connected to Adrian as they get into their career. Another key team member with us today is chef trainer Cassandra Richardson, also known as Chef Richie. We can applaud Chef Richie, right? So Chef Richie is responsible for leading the class through all of its coursework in the kitchen and in the classroom. She joined us in May. It seems like she's been with us for years. And she led classes at our Halethorpe headquarters and has been here at the UA House since the last class. And you'll probably see her later in the graduation ceremony. So on to the next part of the program. It's my pleasure to introduce our executive chef, Mo Jordan, who leads our culinary training program. Chef Mo has been with us since November 2019 and has done an incredible job shaping our program during the pandemic. She's here today to tell us a little bit about what has happened during the past 12 weeks. Chef Mo.
Thank you, Tim. Put my eyes on. I would like to start out by asking our graduates if you are currently working or will be working within the next week or two, please stand. Thank you all. I think this is one of our very first classes where all of our graduates will be, or who are employed before leaving our program. So I commend you all for a job well done. So I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about the program. So our students pretty much, it's a 12-week training program. When you guys first came in, we started with, I believe, one more student. But out of the total of 9 students, you all made it. So congratulations to you for that. Before each student stepped foot into our kitchen, we require each student to get their ServSafe ServSafe food handler certificate, and each student had completed that. We're going to start with our slideshow presentation, and I'm going to walk you through the last 12 weeks of our students' training. What you see here is our students engaging in our in-person class. Like Tim said, we have a hybrid program. 2 days a week, the students are online. The next 3 days a week, the students are in training with Chef Richie. This particular day, it looked like they were making permanent and temporary emulsification sauces. This journey began about 12 weeks ago. Professional culinary training. FoodWorks challenges students in a professional commercial kitchen and in the classroom. I plan on going to work Maryland Food Bank to help feed Maryland. After that, I plan on opening my own business. I also want to work with the international cruise ships. I have options, and that is one of the things the FoodWorks program has given me is options. Antoine Shaw, who is currently a Maryland Food Bank employee who started this morning. Weeks 1 through 4. During this first month, students learn a basic, starting with sanitation and thermometer calibration. They also hone their knife skills, develop commercial equipment knowledge, as well as begin to understand herbs and spices, building different flavor profiles. Advice for the next class. For those with past experience in the food industry, you can't learn anything without your glass full. With your glass full, come in like this is your first time learning anything about it. You will do well. You have great instructors, great career development team. Have an open mind and be ready to learn. This is our students, once again, with Chef Richie. They are calibrating their thermometers, and I'm quite sure this was after a ServSafe class. They did the hands-on application of what it looks like to properly calibrate your thermometer. Weeks 5 through 8, armed with their new tricks of this trade, students spend the next 4 weeks exploring fresh fruits and veggies, crafting mother sauces, fabricating meats, poultry, and seafood. And as you can see, what we call pasta boot camp, the students all learned how to make fresh pasta from scratch. They also learned pretty much how to hone their knives, how to sharpen their knives as well. And then also at the top, they made shrimp canapes. And here's where the herbs and spices comes in. So the students learn the varieties, the difference between dry herbs as well as the different spices, learning that cilantro, the dry spice to that is coriander. So they learned a lot of different ways to incorporate herbs and spices into what it is that they're learning as far as their cooking applications. Weeks 9 through 12. This is one of my favorite classes. I had the pleasure of teaching our baking segment. The students spent the final 4 weeks furthering their competencies with their proteins, learning the science of baking, as well as crafting desserts. Perseverance, dedication, and passion is how I would caption these pictures here. And if you look at the pictures, when they were making their permanent and temporary emulsification sauces, one of the things Chef Richie and I will tell them is, don't ask me if your mayonnaise is done correctly. If you feel comfortable holding the bowl over top of your head, that means you've done it correctly. So as you can see, we have Love as well as Kamani, who was very confident in their permanent emulsification sauce. Complete candidates. Through the program, students also learn front-of-the-house management techniques, financial responsibilities, and become ServSafe Manager certified. Perfectly paired. When combined with their culinary proficiencies, the skills FoodWorks students learn during the program make them workforce ready and highly desirable to the hospitality industry the day they graduate. And as you can see, each student has been equipped with all of the tools and skills that they need to be successful. They're all employed and they all will be leaving us prepared with their knife kits in hand. And this is more of learning those temporary and permanent emulsification sauces. And now as we go into our next segment, we have our student, Daniel Grubbs, who's gonna come up and be our student speaker for today. Danny, come on up. I'm sorry, Donnie, my apologies. Come on.
Hello, my name is Donnie. I've had the privilege to participate in the UA3 class here at the FoodWorks program. This course is not just a 12-week culinary course. It is so much more. It incorporated culinary training plus career development and financial literacy. Chef Richie even snuck in an economics lesson one day, which everyone was surprised about. We spent 2 days online on Zoom and 3 days in person each week. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we learned the theory and techniques on Ruby, our online learning program. On Wednesdays through Friday, we put them into practice with live graded assessments along with assigned recipes for added learning to demonstrate understanding of what we had learned. We completed these assignments solo with our partner for the week, our assigned table, which consisted of 4 of us, or as an entire group of 8. Each week, there was certain units, and each week, Chef assigned a sous chef who she thought would be a good fit for that particular week. A sous chef was someone who would be in charge under chef and led the week by assigning duties and ensuring a smooth flow from the beginning of to the end of the day. She chose a sous chef according to their strengths, which definitely balanced out the stress and difficulties each person faced when they were in charge of leading the group that week. These weekly units ranged from meat to baking to pasta, and one thing most people don't think about, proper food safety. It is one of, if not the most important thing in handling food. We went through 3 phases. The yellow phase, which we achieved after receiving our food handler certification. The orange phase after completing our phase-up test, and the red phase after we passed our ServSafe Manager certification. We achieved 2 certifications through ServSafe. The ServSafe Food Handler, which introduces the basics of food safety. Proper cooking temperatures, cleaning procedures, and how to handle food safely is the main focus of the certification. ServSafe Manager certificate goes in a more in-depth and is more difficult to achieve. It goes into all aspects of food safety. I mean, all of it. From the purchasing of food to the cooking and serving of it, there are so many things to keep track of. I felt at parts we were taking a health class with how many foodborne illnesses there are. Most of us have never even heard of the temperature danger zone, but as you can imagine, it is pretty dangerous, and it's imperative to keep food out of this zone. Ruby was our online curriculum. We spent most of our online days on watching training videos and preparing ourselves for live graded activities later in the week. By completing Foundations 1 and 2, we are equipped with core fundamentals and can build off these in any direction that we choose. We also covered front of the house training, which included how to properly set a table, how to treat guests, and most importantly, how to fold a napkin in at least 10 different ways. It is extremely important it's not important just to have excellent food, but excellent service. As most of you know, bad service can ruin good food. I've grown so much in these past 12 weeks. Not only have I greatly increased in my culinary skills, I have also learned that I'm quite good at folding napkins. During the program, I had never really cooked much, but I was working as a server for a year, and it inspired me to pursue something culinary related. So when I saw this program, I took a 3-month leave of absence and gave it my undivided attention. Having free weekends was also kind of nice. During the course, I drastically improved my knife skills, seasoning, and plating. In the upcoming weeks, I will transition into a prep cook role at my current job and see what happens from there. There are so many unique personalities in this class. Everyone is special. I remember on the first day, Kamani was extremely quiet and out of his element. But as time passed, he gained his voice and used it authoritatively. Every time something was out of line, he would try to fix it as soon as possible. Elizabeth. She has gone from being quiet, but she's gotten more vocal. But she never lost her consistency. No matter who she was partnered with for the week, they were always guaranteed a good partner. Twin. He has gone through so much to participate and graduate this class. This is not his first, but his second try at the program. The tragic loss of his mother did not allow him to finish the course, which caused him to pull out only a week and a half before the graduation. This time around, he let nothing stop him in finishing the class. He even scored the highest on our ServSafe Manager Certificate, which everyone was surprised about. He dedicated this time around to his mother to finish strong, and he definitely made her proud. Ryan. Ryan. The moment he stepped in the kitchen, he chopped off part of his finger. He persevered and did not let that stop him. As you can see, he has all his fingers. I also believe that he had the hardest week as sous chef. During his week, we had to study for our ServSafe Manager Certificate, finish all our online work, and still work in the kitchen. Maddie. What do I say about Maddie? She has so many different personalities, it's hard to keep track of them all. No matter how she is on a particular day, she always managed to make the best of every situation. Love Tea. She's juggled the class while working nights and being a full-time mom. Surviving off only 2 hours of sleep most nights, she brought a smile to everyone's face while showing off her skills and personality in the kitchen.
Oh, Bonnie.
Ibn never gave up no matter what happened. After failing to phase up to the orange phase, he did not give up, like most people with less of a reason to probably would have. He kept going and improved week by week before finally phasing up, and he's with us here now. I can't forget about our instructors. Chef Richie led us week by week over so many concepts. She made sure everyone understood everything while making everything fun. Chef Mo. Although we didn't see her much, it was always a treat when we did. I believe everyone enjoyed the week of baking that she was in charge of. I know she thoroughly did as well. Miss Danny. She made sure to check up on everyone and was just a fun person to talk to. Miss Adrian. She was always consistent every day I saw her, and she always had a story to tell for each one of her icebreakers in the morning. And Tim. I want to thank you for this opportunity to participate in this class. I'm so glad you took time out of your day for that roundtable discussion. We all felt our voices were heard, and we were glad that you had a chance to try our food. Conclusion, I am so proud of us for starting and finishing strong, except for Miss Lisa, who only came for the free bus pass. We are all looking to the future, whether this class was just the beginning or a stepping stone in our culinary career. We have all had a wonderful experience for these past 3 months. I wish us all great success as we explore new opportunities and serve others in this industry. And that is all I have.
That was good. I remember a really, really quick story about Donnie. We were in the kitchen, and I said, and you know, I like to have fun. So I started dancing, and I was like, get it, get it, get it, get it. He was like, no, just not. And everybody in the class was like, get it, get it, get it. He was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. So I thank you for all of your kind words, as well as I know your fellow classmates will remember this day for that. I would like to, at this time, pass out some special awards, and those special awards are our Impact Awards. But before I do that, I'm going to ask Miss Danny and Adrian to come up so that they can present the portfolios for our students.
Hi, graduates. Hi, friends and family. So as Tim and Mo mentioned, Danny and I are the career development instructors here. I'm the workforce development manager. She's the case manager. And pretty much our portion of the program is to teach career development. So that includes resumes, cover letters, that includes networking, interviewing skills, just going over things in general about how to conduct yourself in the work world, how to progress your career, how to work with different coworkers. Some of our conversations turned into life skills conversations. And this is a really safe, fun space. I'm so very proud of you guys. It is a blessing to be able to come to work and to look forward to coming to work with the people that you work with. So in your portfolios, you will find your resumes, reference letters, your certificates that you earned, letters of recommendation, and there's also an instruction form on how to get to the job board. So just in case you want to get a second job or something, you can go right to the job board or call me, and I can guide you through it. Here you go, Danny.
Oh no, this is why you don't wear the fringe earrings. We got it, y'all. All right, perseverance is what I wanted to talk about. Perfect. I just wanted to thank and commend all of you. That oftentimes when we're at graduations, I think we just look at the highlight reels, we look at the smiling photos, you know, and it's easy to kind of gloss over the fact that many of you face some very real challenges during these 12 weeks. And 12 weeks of like intensive reporting in during a pandemic, reporting in when some of you are working other lives, you have families, you've got friends, you've got relationships you're maintaining. And then there are other barriers that pop up during that time too, right? And so not to kind of highlight those things, but to say like the championing through those is a really huge accomplishment. Mm-hmm. It's huge. And sometimes those barriers are within us too, right? And like getting through those is huge too. And I cannot wait to stay in contact with all of you. I cannot wait to see where your careers go and where your talents lead you. I don't think Donnie could have said it better when this has been like the most eclectic class of personalities I have ever participated in. But the fact that you all were genuinely you and you could do that and it works is like, right, I want to say something about a cheesy like recipe, like, you know, that those ingredients all came together to make something that was incredible. So it is an honor to be able to work with you all and a privilege, and I'm so glad to have met you and can't wait to see where you all go. So thank you for your time with us.
Pass out your folders.
Let me put my mask back on.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can I give this to you? Thank you.
At this time, I would like to present our some individual achievement awards for our students. You guys will come up and grab your certificate from Chef Richardson. This one is for being innovative. It says this certificate is presented to Madison Harris for building creative solutions that challenges the status quo. We thank you for your participation. Okay, the next one is mission driven. This certificate is presented to Ivan Muhammad for being committed and compassionate, always with a humble heart. This one is for passion, because we didn't have one for extra. This certificate is presented to Love T for being energized by your work and taking ownership of your actions and your results. This award is for being agile. This certificate is presented to Kamani Smith Walker for being responsive and flexible amidst a constantly changing landscape. This also is for being agile. Daniel Grubbs for being responsive and flexible amidst a constantly changing landscape. This next award is for being collaborative. This certificate is presented to Ryan Wallner through diverse experiences. Clap it up. And perspectives, you've displayed inclusion, trust, and mutual respect, which makes this team stronger. Thank you, Ryan. This also is for being collaborative. This certificate is presented to Elizabeth Tubman through diverse experiences and perspectives. You've displayed inclusion, trust, and mutual respect, which makes the team stronger. Thank you for that. And our last award, this goes to the gentleman. I talked to him today. I said, you know, he was at work at 6 o'clock this morning. And I said, you know, I thank you for your service. I went all the way over to the Maryland Food Bank because I thought he wasn't going to be at graduation. And I gave him this whole speech about they can, you know, they can delay you, but they cannot deny you. I thank you for your services. But this is for transparency. This certificate is presented to Antoine Shaw for sharing openly and honestly, especially when opportunities or challenges arise. And those are our Impact Awards.
Thank you, Chef Mo. How about one more round of applause for everybody? Juggling my mask and my microphone and everything. So we're almost at the moment we've all been waiting for, presenting students with their graduation certificates. But before we start that, I want to briefly acknowledge one more FoodWorks partner who's been partners with us for 5 or 6 years now, and that's the Community College of Baltimore County, also known as CCBC. We joined with CCBC to form a pretty unique partnership that allows us to expand our program even further, combining our private resources with a public entity to provide career training opportunities to even more students interested in working in food service. They really, they reach a lot of people through their catalog and through their program, you know, as a fairly significant sized community college, and so that really helps our recruiting. It's kind of key to our recruiting new students into the program. And, you know, since April, we've been at, you know, teaching at 2 sites, our Halethorpe location and here. And starting in February, at the end of February, we're going to have our 2nd remote site in Salisbury, Maryland. We're going to begin training in Salisbury, Maryland at Warwick Community College. So we're really grateful to CCBC for kind of providing the model for us, and for them for recognizing the impact that that FoodWorks has on the community. So thank you, CCBC. So now is the moment. So Chef Richie and Chef Mo is going to distribute the Maryland Food Bank CCBC certificate to each graduate as I read their names. And now for our graduates. And I hope that they're all in alphabetical order here on the table in front of me. Love T. Boulazé. Donnie Grubbs. Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of a logistical challenge here, separating these out. They're stuck together a little bit. Okay. Madison Harris. Really glad to be able to say this. Ibn Muhammad. I really liked hearing that this person was actually at work this morning at 6 a.m. Antwin Shaw. Kamani Smith Walker. Elizabeth Tubman. And last but not least, Mr. Ryan Wallner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you the 3rd class of FoodWorks graduates here at the UA House at Fayette. Congratulations, everybody. Woo! Say goodbye to everybody who's online, everybody who's here in the room. We're going to take some photos. I would encourage you to look at the beautiful photos that we have of every graduate, and including that group shot. That's one of the best group shots I've ever seen. So enjoy the rest of your week. Congratulations, guys. Please stay in touch. I know that Antwin and Ryan will be around the food bank for a while now, so I encourage you all to come back. So thank you very much and congratulations.